welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be showing you how you can do calligraphy, and this is the basics of calligraphy. I'm going to be making 4 videos on calligraphy. First, which is this video, is going to be the basics of calligraphy. The second video is going to be the letters that we make. Third video is going to be word formation, and the fourth is gonna be folk calligraphy. What is all of these? These 3 are calligraphy, but you may be wondering what is folk calligraphy. Folk calligraphy is mainly fake calligraphy, in which you don't have to use really expensive materials. You can do it with pencil as well. But in today's video, we are going to be using brush pens. Let me show you. These are brush pens. I have the brand from Camlin, and these are really cheap ones because people use more advanced ones. But you can start off with this. But if you don't have this, as I said, you can do folk calligraphy, in which you can use anything else like a pencil or a pen. But for today, I'm going to be using these brush pens. First, I'm going to be talking a little of some things that you have to remember and all of that kind of stuff before we get into the basics. So this is some of my old work when I just got started with calligraphy. I practiced a lot before actually doing the words. So this is one of my first sheets. As you can see, it's fully filled and there is no variation between the thin and thick lines, as you can see. So this will happen once you're a beginner, but when you start practicing it, as you can see, only these lines are practiced separately on a sheet of paper. So it requires practice, but you can get it. It's something like your handwriting. Another thing is you don't need to have good handwriting for doing calligraphy. Many people think that you have to have really neat handwriting for doing calligraphy, but the answer is no, because you will be doing calligraphy slowly and it's completely different from your handwriting. While we're talking about speed, another thing is people think that while doing calligraphy, you have to be really very fast while doing calligraphy, but that is not true at all. You should be really slow while doing calligraphy. So now let's just get started with the basics. So for this, you can use any sheet of paper. I'm using this A4 size paper. I still use A4 size sheets only, and as I said, I will be using these brush pens in this video. So first thing we are going to learn are upstrokes. So I'm going to grab a random color. One more thing I wanted to mention, if you're using brush pens, then you have to have this kind of tip in order to do calligraphy, because as you can see this, it is really frizzy and will not help you do in calligraphy. And this is the perfect pen which I'm showing, the orange one. So keep that in mind, that your brush pen should not be really very frizzy. But that also doesn't mean that you need to have new brush pens every time. I'm using the same brush pen since I have started. So let's get into the upstrokes. So for upstrokes, you need to be going upwards. You need to bring your hand and your pen upwards, like this. If you are enjoying my video so far, then consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video as well. Your line may be something like this, but that's okay. I'm going to be practicing upstrokes like that. Whenever in letters, for example, I'll take P. So I'm going upwards like this, and then while I go down, I will teach you how to do this. But whenever we go up like this, we need to make this kind of stroke. Okay, so this is the basic principle of upstrokes. So the motion here is from wherever we are going on the top, we have a thin stroke, and whenever we go down, that is called a downstroke, and this makes us to come on to our next basic, that is downstrokes. Downstroke is the thick line you're making while you're going down, like this. Whenever you are going down with your pen, that means you're making a downstroke. Like your pen is moving like this all the time while you're making a downstroke. And whenever you're making an upstroke, your pen will move upwards and you'll apply less pressure. Whereas in downstrokes, you'll apply much more pressure to create a thick line like this. Now let's see with an example of letters. Again, I'm going to go with the same letter, that is P. So as you can see, this is the downstroke. And this is also the downstroke. And whereas in the upstroke, we are going in upwards direction. So this you need to keep in mind. It may be a little tricky at beginning, but as I said, with more practice you can master it. Now let's get into some other basics that are the basic, not the letters, but the curves and all of that. This is called our different shapes. We are going to be learning the 5 basic shapes. The first shape is going to be the U. Like this, in which you need to practice like this. And the second shape is going to be the Ulta U. That is going to be like this, where you are going to be opposite. The third shape is going to be a O shape. While we are learning, instead of making this curve, we can just make a simple O. While you're making a O, the thing that you need to remember is like we have the letter A. As you saw my motion, what I did was I started off here and then made a O shape. Like this, because on the right side I have this curve. So where I've connected, it can't be seen, right? Whereas if you start off like in the middle, like this, then this would be seen and it looks really bad, right? So that's why we need to practice the O in the correct manner. That is, start from the side and then connect it, because in the most of the letters it's like this. The fourth and the fifth shapes we have already learned, that is the downstrokes and the upstrokes. So these are the 5 basic shapes of calligraphy. So as I said, this was just the basic. You can practice all of these shapes and then start the letter formation later. That's why you gotta be really like a drill. You know what to do while you're doing all of these shapes. So yes, we will not go any further because then it will be a lot. So yeah, this much only in this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll meet you in my next one. Till then, take care and bye bye.